is a great man. This guy's set.
I like my bacon nice and crispy. I'm actually gonna weigh this. I wanna see how big this hamburger is, because this is a good sized hamburger. These bad boys are cooking up. And they're just begging to be eaten.
Hey everybody, welcome to the ranch, kitchen edition. So today we're in the kitchen doing a special video in reference to Crazy Ed's Homestead and his Crazy Ed's Barbecue Cook-Off. We were called out by Yogi Hollow Farms, check out that channel too, to be a part of this Crazy Ed's Barbecue Cook-Off. And Eric has something he's come up with to enter into the contest. So Eric, what do you have?
Today we are going to make one of the best meals that you could possibly make, and that is beef. You can't go wrong with beef, am I right?
Yeah, beef is good.
Okay. As many of you know, we raise our own grass-fed beef. And so if you look down here, Mr. Cameraman, you will see some of the ingredients that we'll be using. Our homegrown grass-fed beef, as I mentioned. We're going to have our homegrown pork country brown sugar smoked bacon. We're going to include some of our homegrown jalapenos and also homemade barbecue sauce. Okay, so there's going to be a couple different pieces that we're going to be working on, and behind me right now I already have the baking in the pan. I like my bacon nice and crispy, and the great thing about this recipe is that there's so many different ways that you can make it to make it the way you want it. And so crispy bacon is good for me. Some people like it a little bit more limp. That's okay. We also have homemade hamburger patties that we keep in our freezer for moments where we want to just throw something on the grill quickly. But I've decided to go with the ground beef and make my own patties so that we can put something special in between. But I'm going to do both so that you can see the difference between the two. The other thing in preparation is down here, we're going to create almost like a jalapeno popper. So in my mixture here, I have some cream cheese, some garlic, black pepper, and just some regular shredded cheddar cheese. And then I want to use one of my favorite seasonings, which again, you pick what your favorite is, but one of my favorites is the sweet mesquite seasoning. So we'll add that to season it. And to top it off, what better way than to use some Texas toast? Gotta rep Texas, right? So we got the thick bread that we'll put in a cast iron skillet and put that out on the grill and make that bread nice and crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. And we're going to see how this hamburger is. Now, the fun thing is, I've never made this before. So we're going to find out at the end. We're going to do a little sample, and it's going to be great. I'm sure of it. If it's not, then I probably won't submit the video. So if you're watching the video, then that means thumbs up. All right, so as I said, I got the bacon already over there. I'm gonna move on to the next step, and that is the jalapeno poppers. What I did was, I went ahead and put those on the grill to soften those up so that they would not be too crispy or hard. But again, the good thing about this is that if you like your vegetables a little bit more crunchy, then leave them as they are and just cook it inside the hamburger. But for starters, I'm gonna go ahead and take this and put a nice helping in there, because everything that's getting ready to go on these is going to wind up inside of the burger. Now, the good thing about this too is, while it may seem a little bit small, you have to be mindful of the jalapenos that you're using. This year, our jalapenos are very hot. So we don't want to make it so hot that the burger is not enjoyable. But what I'll say is, and the kids don't know this yet, is that the seeds that I scraped out of here, because I do like a little bit more heat, I went ahead and put those seeds into the burger. So I won't tell everybody that yet. They're going to figure it out a little bit later. But as I said, know your audience, know the heat that you're bringing, and then everything will work out just fine. Okay, so that's the end of that. And so let me get my hamburger. All right, so I went ahead and made some burger. And as I mentioned earlier, you can kind of see I sprinkled some of the jalapeno seeds on the actual patties. And I did that so that the heat will maintain. A lot of times when people make jalapeno poppers, they discard all the inside. And the problem with that is if you do like a little bit of heat, then you've just removed it because most of your heat is in the seeds. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one patty there like that. We'll put the other one over top and we'll kind of work it down in there like this. Kind of pinch the edge. And again, you can make the inside however you like. So you may want more jalapeno because you love it, because you like the flavor, you like the heat, whatever it is. But now we can see this is a good size hamburger. And this is going to be enough for not just me, but I'm going to be able to cut that in half and probably share it amongst the boys. Okay. One of our patties fell apart here. It's okay. Work it back in there. Again, know your audience. So I don't want to make these so hot that they're not enjoyable. So this is going to be like a nice pocket of delicious cheese right on the inside of this hamburger. Okay, so right now there's two burgers, and you can see they're a very good sized burger. Here on the ranch, as I said, hamburgers is one of my favorites. I need a lot of protein. The kids eat a lot of protein because we're out working a lot, and that's the way that we recuperate our bodies, making sure that we eat good protein. You can make this burger as big as you like or as small as you like. I'm actually gonna weigh this. I wanna see how big this hamburger is because this is a good sized hamburger. And I can put some hamburgers away. This right here, I'm looking at it, feeling it, this will probably be enough for one meal for me. So this is 7.6 ounces, so almost at a half pound. So that's a good burger right there. I'm getting excited about that. All right, so we got this. As I said, bacon is almost done. It's crispy, it's gonna be perfect. So now it's just a matter of cooking this and it's gonna be awesome. So let's head out to the grill. Okay, so we're at the grill. And the one key for me when I make hamburgers is I like to cook it slow and I don't want to overcook it, especially when it's grass-fed beef because there's not a whole lot of fat in it. So, and you can see again, this is a nice sized hamburger and just listen to this sizzle. Oh yeah. So this is going to be very nice, very, very nice. So we'll go ahead and get them started. And then I'm going to get some seasoning on that. We'll go ahead and do that now. As I said, this mesquite is one of my favorites right now. And because this is a thick burger, we want to make sure that we don't cook it too fast. We want to make sure that it's cooked all the way through. I'm getting excited already. So we got this ready. And I'm gonna get some of these other burgers on, get ready for the kids. We'll do that last little piece, which is gonna be the bread. And so once this side of the grill opens up, I'll get that cast iron skillet on here. You can't go wrong with putting that bread in that cast iron and getting it nice and crispy. So let this cook and we'll be back. Okay, so we just made it back out and you can see that the burgers look delicious. Okay, it looks like they're all right about the temperature where I want them to be. I already flipped them with the cameraman not around. That was my fault. But there's no turning back now. These bad boys are cooking up and they're just begging to be eaten. So we do not want to hold the process up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift these over here. Kind of make a little bit of room. Now one thing I didn't show earlier, these three right here are the ones that have the jalapenos in them. This one right here was the pre-made burger that I made out here. I didn't show you that on camera. I'm gonna move them over there and I'm gonna turn these all the way to low, and the temperature was kind of low anyway, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get the cheese on those. And while we're getting the cheese on those, I'm going to I want to get this skillet in there. I want to get that nice and hot. Now, that side I'm going to turn up a little bit higher. I want to get that skillet nice and hot so that when I put that bread in there, it sears it and it's going to be nice and delicious. This is already low. I don't know about you, but this is looking good. So again, put your favorite cheese on top. It can be Swiss, provolone. Right now we're using sharp cheddar. It's one of my favorites. I do love some cheese with my meat. And so I could probably eat pretty much anything, but with that cream cheese mixture on the inside and then the cheddar on the outside, this is going to be delicious. So if some of my kids don't like cheese, I'm going to leave it like that. Okay, so everything's seasoned up. Cheese is on. The skillet is getting nice and hot. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move some of these burgers up here just to kind of keep them warm. I don't want to overcook these ones because these ones are thin. They don't have all the delicious ingredients that these do. My kids, not all of them are going to eat that. So we got that moving. And one other thing, whenever you're barbecuing or cooking outside, especially down here in Texas, you can't forget your sweat towel. It gets hot out here, but this is dedication. This shows you know what you're talking about. Not really, it's the first time I've ever made these. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and step back inside for a minute, make sure the bacon's ready to go. Get the skillet nice and hot, double check the burgers, and then we're gonna be ready to plate this. So we'll be back in just a second when this skillet gets nice and hot. Okay, so the skillet should be nice and hot. Let's see, we're gonna go ahead, we got our Texas sized bread here, Texas toast. We want to get it in there. Not quite the sizzle I was looking for, but nonetheless, you can see it's nice and hot. The butter is immediately melting. So we'll go ahead and get that started. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the burgers off because I do not want to overcook those. Overcooked burgers are not good. So I'm going to take those and move them away from the flame. Get this bread done. And the next scene you will see will be us serving this up to see if it's as delicious as it looks right here and as it smells right here on this grill. Okay, so we're going to get ready to plate these. I got that, and I've got my burgers. I'm going to go ahead and actually plate them right here on the cutting board. So I got two different ones. I'm going to go do like this. Okay, and so the square one was the one that was the pre-made. We get that situated there. And then this was one of the other ones. Probably shouldn't be using my fingers as much as this, but hey, when it's delicious, it's delicious. It doesn't matter how you get there. All right, actually, went too far. On top of the burger, we're going to do our last finishing touch, which is going to be our homemade barbecue sauce. And of course you can add as much or as little as you like. We do like our barbecue sauce around here, but this burger should be nice and moist. And I almost forgot the most important part, bacon. You cannot forget bacon. So we'll put plenty on there, because that is also loved around here. So plenty of bacon. We'll just go ahead and pile it high, because who doesn't like bacon piled high? I don't know. But who loves bacon? Farmers do. Okay, so we got that set up. We're going to close that up like that. A little press down. Now time for the cut. Oh my goodness, you can just hear it crispy. Woo! It's going to be delicious. I'm going to cut both of them and then we'll do a nice reveal right through the center here in just a second. Let's see, they go through. Make sure you go all the way through. That Texas toast is thick. Here we go. Look at that deliciousness. A pocket of jalapeno and cream cheese, bacon, barbecue. Hey, only one thing left to do now, and that's the sample. Got any takers? Anybody want to help me sample? Let's go, jump in here. Okay, grab one there. Okay, so Luke has the pre-made one. I have the handmade one. Let's see where Jonathan's going here. Okay. Thank you, Lord, for this food. Here we go. Doggone, that's pretty good. That good? Hey, who likes homemade burgers with bacon, jalapeno, cream cheese, cheddar cheese, and some crispy bread? Farmers do. I hope you enjoyed.
Don't forget to like, subscribe. Stay tuned for all the outtakes because there's always fun stuff to be seen. And don't forget to hit that notification bell and tell everybody else and share our videos, please, because it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe or even to share and support us. All it takes is a little bit of time. Thank you so much.
Until next time. Peace. Peace.
A little bit of homemade pepper jam. Pepper jam. See ya.
Man, this is delicious. I can eat this all day, every day.
Someone said it's some bussin'. It took me to Flavor Town, man. I was like, it was all the way through us.
Was taking to Flavor Town?
Oh, all right, let's go. All right. You know, it was like a one-way ticket on a flight right to Flavor Town. It didn't ever bring me back.
It's
great,
you
man.
watch too many
Got
documentary things now. And getting that bread nice and crispy.
This is Luke Land from Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. I'm getting more of this.
Really? Mr. Dirtbike himself? We need to start putting signs up. YouTube video in progress. Stop making noises.
Everyone needs to shut their pie holes.
Yeah, including the rooster. For some reason, they just want to. Are you recording Mom's towels? Oh man, wait until Mom sees the video.
It wasn't me.